All right, y'all. Welcome to the Pink Room once again. We have a beautiful, beautiful queen in the building. Her name is TÖME. She is born in Montreal, raised in Toronto. Well, did I say it right?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yes.
I finally said it right. Born in Montreal, raised in Toronto, but she still has her Nigerian roots, and she's bringing like Afro R&B fusion.
Very much so.
To the table, number one. I mean, we already kind of know that sound is what the ladies love. Well, the men love it too. They really love it. But like, I love to see my Blood queens out here spreading them good vibrations. So welcome to the Pink Room, TÖME. How you feeling today?
Me. I'm good, Drea. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm super high energy today, but that's because it's early and we just getting started.
I know, right?
I know. This is going to be a good conversation because you're the only lady I'm talking to today.
Oh,
so usually when I have a lady in the building, it's girl talk. We're kicking it for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So let's break the ice and get right into it.
Okay.
All right, TÖME. I want you to think really, really far back. Dig deep for this one.
Okay.
And tell me the first song you can recall hearing ever.
I was literally a kid, and it was like a French song by this. It's like those like French like kid shows,
fairy tales.
No, like kid shows, like on like
PBS
French channel type of thing. Yeah, and it was this. Her name was Annie Brocoli.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And I literally it was just a song about ladybugs.
I love ladybugs though.
Yeah, like coccinelle. It was like this weird random song. But that was like probably the first thing I ever heard.
And why do you remember that particularly? Was that what was going on in that moment?
For me, I think I always knew that there was something about like a lot of my introduction with music was through visuals, was through movies, was through shows.
Yeah.
So I loved that show in particular, mainly because like living with my mom and everything, we were very like rooted in the French side, especially when I was like very young. So I just heard a lot of French music a lot of the time. And I think I just related to her because it was like a kid show. So I loved the visuals. I loved how animated it was and how much production, I wasn't thinking production, but thinking back at it, there was just so much that they put into it to keep a child's attention. And just, she was just so entertaining. I loved it.
What channel was it on? Do you remember?
Well, it's called, I don't know if it was Radio Canada, if it was something else. I think might have even been like CDs or DVDs.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So she was buying them for you.
Oh, yeah. My mom was like, she was on it.
Got you. So
she was on it.
When your ears graduated to maybe CDs or iPods or whatever you were listening to, what were like your go-to like first albums or like CDs you ever got? I'm trying to guess your age, but not really. So.
Oh, I'm 26.
26? Okay, so you're a little bit younger, so you probably had something though.
No, so for me, I guess in that sense, definitely like Rihanna, Alicia Keys, Beyonce. That's what I really grew up with.
Okay,
for sure. Like Pon de Replay.
Yes.
Like everything around that nature, even Destiny's Child, like that was that time for me.
Yeah, we can pause right there and say that those three names, you said Rihanna, Beyonce, Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
I think that's all you really got to have in you as a young Black woman to be able to come up and be the artist that she is. So that makes sense as to why I heard a lot of that in the sounds and even in her visuals, in her videos. It felt a little bit like not old girl R&B, but like, damn, is it old school R&B? It's not old school R&B.
It's not old school yet.
Yeah, it's not old school yet. No, it's not. It felt like the it girl R&B from back when I'm like 5 years older than you, so not too much older, but that it girl R&B. And that's what, we love to see.
Period.
All right. So bridging over into more of like your first, when you started making music yourself.
Yeah.
So you're in the house and you're having fun listening to all the It Girl albums. You're coming up through that Black music culture and whatever else is around you. Yeah. French music, Nigerian music.
Yeah, like Wizkid, Don Jazzy, The Bench. That was that time.
Yeah. So when did all of these influences create or inspire you to create music for yourself?
Yeah. I think my journey with my actual sound very much evolved. Like when I first started making music, I was just like, in my head, like very much doing like my own thing per se. And it was like poetry. Like it wasn't even like beats per se. Like I was just writing songs. I didn't even know what I was writing. I was just writing songs with a beat in my head. And then
wait, with a beat in your head?
Yeah.
Did you know Wait, so you're just writing songs to a rhythm that you...
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I can't say like I knew exactly how I wanted the beat to sound, but I just knew that there was a rhythm. So I knew how the song rhythmically went, but I didn't really know how it would sound on a beat. But it was just like, I knew it was a song type thing. And then I was begging my parents to get me a guitar. And this was like when I was 8 years old. And then by the time I was 10, I was gifted with one.
Why a guitar out of all instruments?
Good question. I don't know why. I don't think there was like anyone or anything in particular that made me feel like, oh, I need to know guitar. It was just sort of the instrument that called me in a sense, in a weird way. Because even at the time that I got my guitar, my mom was like, you should probably learn piano first because it's easier.
Yeah.
And I tried a class and I hated it. And I'm like, I can't do this.
You know why so I asked that question because when I was begging my mom to get me my first instrument, which was a piano, electric keyboard, guess why?
It just called
Alicia Keys.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like,
wow.
I want, yeah, some braids and them keys for me. So yeah.
There's something about the guitar that I found sonically is so intricate.
Yeah.
I just loved. I loved the fact that you can move with it. I love the fact that...
You can feel the vibrations in it.
Yes. And then it's also just like you can just have it on you and be able to perform anywhere. Compared to a piano, you kind of do have to like be stationary. But with a guitar, there's a bit more mobility. I think there was something about it. But I guess I never thought about it that way. It was just sort of like, yeah, I want a guitar.
Yeah.
At that time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay, so... From writing and kind of like
composing,
so then getting the guitar, you're 12, right?
I'm like 10.
10. All right, let's take it from there.
Yeah. So then the next 2 years or so, like up until I'm like 15, I'm like learning the guitar. And now I'm like making my own songs, writing my own songs. And then I put out this little EP like in 2015, like on SoundCloud.
Shout out to SoundCloud. So you were first on SoundCloud.
Let me tell you real quick, because when I was in high school, like middle school, high school, there was a time in my life where the only DSP I was on was SoundCloud, period. That was the only thing I was on. And I think a lot of us were, especially like at a certain point, like at least I know when I was in high school, almost everyone in my grade, almost everyone in my like age group were on SoundCloud. And like, it was like how we heard the hottest music to how we heard the most underground music and the things that you just like wouldn't, like there were so many people who popped off from SoundCloud. Like it was really that age at that time. Like it was amazing. So to see that was just kind of, I was in there instrumentally. At one point I wasn't even listening to music anymore. I was just listening to beats and instrumentation and like mixes and all this random stuff that you find in like the creps and corners of SoundCloud. Like you really searching deep. You're going in the rabbit holes. Yeah. I was like in it.
You were a cloud surfer. That's what I call them.
Yeah. I was a cloud surfer.
I was one myself. Okay. So then when did you start like actually like recording and going to the studio for yourself?
Once I dropped that EP, because I was just recorded off my phone.
That's what I figured, yeah.
I just recorded off my phone, one take, posted it.
Is it still up there?
Yeah, I still leave it there. I still want people to see where the journey started.
Yes, you get it.
Yeah. So I left it there. And then from there, someone just hit me up on SoundCloud and was just like, oh, you sound dope. Like we should link up. And then he was in the same city as me. Like we were both living in Brampton. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then that was the first time I was really like in a studio. And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is dope. This is kind of neat. Yeah. Like I'd been in a studio before, but I didn't really like the experience because of the people there. So this was different because it felt more welcoming and allowed me to express myself. So that's where I started to really like find what is me. Like, what do I really like? And I realized I was very alternative and like the stuff that like really groovy, very lo-fi, very like chill type of music, but very alternative. Kind of like Naomi Sharon today. Like, you know, the girl that just signed with Drake?
No, I don't know.
Okay, she has an album out. It's very Sade, extremely Sade vibes, but beautiful music. I won't lie. There's a lot of songs that I liked on that album, but very Sade. And so, but at that time, that was sort of like beat-wise and everything what I liked, what she's doing now. Yeah. And so I was kind of going within that realm. But then as I continued to evolve, I was like in a little group with a guy at one point, me and shout out Guapo. That's That's my friend for real. And we had this whole very groove, like we were literally called Groove. And we had this whole groovy sound that we were making. We never released anything. And I think that's what got me so antsy. I'm like, excuse me, we got to get it going. And then at one point I was yearning for rhythm. I was like, I feel like it's too slow for me now.
Yeah.
I need more.
You need to move the waist and whine a little bit with it.
Even in my own playlist, I can't just have R&B. I don't like listening to a whole R&B like all the way through. I need rhythm. I need joy. Like I need something that's fun. So I knew I was yearning for that. And that's when I started, being introduced more to the Nigerian culture in the city. Like it came later into my life, to be honest, because I was full French my whole life. I was like the only Nigerian French person.
I was getting ready to ask. I never met a Nigerian French person.
Yeah, because my mom is from Montreal. Like she's white. My dad is Nigerian.
Got you.
Yeah, so she's from Quebec. She's Montreal. Like I'm mixed.
Okay,
so,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I know most people don't.
Go ahead to your daddy's side.
Right.
That's just strong.
Most people don't. Like I got a lot of my dad's side for sure. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize. They're like, your mom's right? Really? I don't see it. Oh, it's the hair. Oh, okay.
No, then I started looking at the hair. Like I don't know if you peeped me behind. It's like, well, shit.
The hair is really.
I guess
it's really
so.
mixed. Yeah. No, yeah. It's definitely.
I love your features.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so, I didn't really grow up with Nigerians in Canada. It wasn't until like 2018 where I started working with my dad. He opened up a restaurant downtown and it was like a Pan-African restaurant. And we're literally, it's called Kiza. And it started out in like Dubai and he moved it and everything as well. Yeah. But so when we did it there, that's when I was really introduced to the culture in the city. Yeah. And that's where I started like kind of reaching out to a lot of producers and stuff that I met through the restaurant. That's when I started doing the music that I do today. And that's basically what created my first EP, TÖME's Room. And, the single from there, L'amour, which was like super Afro R&B in a sense. And from there is when I was like, I feel like here is a pocket that I enjoy.
I absolutely
found myself
love
there.
How the restaurant brought you closer to that rhythm you was looking for.
Yeah.
And even just the scene in the community around that. Yeah. When I was, this is more about me, but like when I was working corporate jobs, it wasn't in music, but it was just corporate jobs, right? I had to get a good job after I graduated. And I wanted to just be around like culture. I would start working at a family owned Jamaican restaurant. Dope. And that place changed my life. I met a lot of the people that I know today there. I met the woman that was like, you should be a host. Like you should. And then she was like, show up here at this time. And I started literally red carpeting and doing multimedia journalism and stuff. But it's just interesting how certain environments can introduce you to parts of yourself that you didn't know about. Yeah. And to see that like food helped you get closer to music. Yeah. And same with me. Yeah. I was eating jerk chicken every day straight. And ackee and saltfish at nighttime. Yeah.
That's it. I was literally having my 4-year-old, my pounded yam all the time. I was around all of it. Yeah, it's true. Like that was like the first stages I ever performed on was the one we had in the restaurant.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. That was the next question. Like when was your first performance?
I mean, we're talking like regarding my music, then 2018.
Yes.
2018 was like the first type of time that I was really like starting to perform. And it was like for like 10, 15 people. It wasn't for a lot of people. And I was so nervous and everything. I looked back at some videos and I was like, wow, I've come a long way.
The eyes got big. Wow.
Oh my God. It's kind of cringy. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like that's not cute. But it is what it is. It's my beginning. It was my beginning. And then by 2019, it was like a huge jolt. And it was kind of like, I now had come out professionally, like established, like it was kind of like, okay, I'm releasing. And then right off the bat of releasing, I had the opportunity to just tour with Wizkid. And that was like, okay, so I went from like 1050 people. Max I ever performed in front of was like 900 in my high school singing the national anthem. And here I am now in front of like 4,000 people. It was like jump to the next. And I was like, okay, wow, okay, we're here. And so that was crazy.
You just mentioned you performed in high school.
Yeah.
Was that before or after the restaurant?
Way before.
Okay, well, maybe let's dial it back again then. Because I think we've been chatting and we skipped a good chunk about you just even coming out as your own, as a performer in general. So what was your very first performance?
Okay, we're talking first.
Yeah.
Then like, it was literally in the living room with my mom and her best friend and my sister, and me and my sister were basically being like Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. But I guess because my first name is Michelle, so she was trying to make me Michelle, but I was like, listen, sis, I'm a Beyonce, okay? Like,
go on, B.
That was our first performance. That was my first.
Did you plan it? Like, were you like, all right, this is what we're wearing?
Really, yes, and we had
my
the
God,
song.
you are Beyonce.
We were upstairs.
For real?
Yes, we were upstairs. We were practicing. We were doing a whole little routine. And then we came downstairs to go and like see my mom and her best friend. We did the whole thing. We played the song in the back. Like, the whole 9 yards.
Which song was it?
Crazy in Love. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely,
because you know that song was a crazy, like the choreo, everything. Yes, we came correct.
Y'all were serving.
Yes, we tried. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I think that was like the first ever. And then from there, I was shy, but I wasn't shy. Like I was like, oh my God, no, like, but I would still do it.
But when you
like,
got up on that stage,
I would do some. But it took me time though. Let me tell you, because I remember I asked them if I could sing the national anthem. I'm like, oh, can I sing? They said, okay, cool. They now gave me the opportunity. Oh boy. And I was like, I literally, oh God, it was so embarrassing. I forgot the words. And then I just looked down because I already felt like I messed up.
Damn.
I just looked down and I turned around. This is the middle of the national anthem. I turned around. I put the mic down. Oh no. It was dramatic. Everyone's just like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, just looking at you like the instrumental's playing. There's no lyric. Like, what's going on?
Was it a basketball game, a football game, or I don't know what y'all call it up there in Montreal, or in Toronto?
It'd be a basketball game or a football game. I don't even remember. I don't know if it was a sport. I think it was a sports game. Like one of like the alumni against our seniors.
Got you.
Sort of thing.
So it wasn't like the big like school assembly in the early morning.
But it was still like everyone though. It was still everyone there. And so like it was the same feeling pretty much. And then like I'm just like, I put the mic down and I run away like a little girl. Like I literally just and I'm crying. Oh my God. It's super embarrassing. So yeah, I that's like one of the first. Then I went into like drama in grade 12. Like then I was taking like drama class. And I think that's what like exposed me to just kind of like start living in because I was really sporty. Like I was in sports. I was in basketball, I was in volleyball, I was doing the
you
whole
look like
yards.
a volleyball girl.
Yeah. So
I play volleyball too.
Oh, period. I love it.
Volleyball.
Yeah. So I was super into it and I was definitely like top of like the top 5 players and everything. I was really into sports. So it was kind of like everyone in sports, when they now saw me in drama class, like, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
I like singing, I like acting. And those are like my real passions. So it took me a while to just feel like love from it and just accept it really for like who I am. Because I didn't know what people thought or what they would, say.
Yeah.
So it took me a while to get out of my head, and it started to kind of also become like how I started performing for people. I started just like kind of getting in my head, but going to school for acting, that's literally what I went to college for. I think that's what completely shifted me and allowed me to be ready for like 2019.
Got you. Yeah. Interesting. So going to school for acting helped you with your music.
Big time. Because it's all about your confidence.
Oh.
All about your confidence. Like, I think that program, and I think that's what I love about the craft of acting, generally speaking, because I'm an actor too. They're both heavy passions for me. So the craft of acting, it's truly accepting the fact that you need to know your full truth and accept that, or else you can't play true to any character. Like it'd be deep like that. So you're getting into that program and here you are thinking, oh yeah, I can just hide myself through a character. No, they said, we're going to break you down as a person.
I heard
fully.
that.
Yeah.
I was looking into taking acting classes out here just because I just really love looking at this camera. My friend was like, you should act. And I did like a self-tape audition for something, didn't get it. But apparently I did really, really good after not knowing what to do. But I called one of my guy friends, shout out to Logan Battle, and he was just saying like, it gets kind of painful. Like you really have to like know everything about yourself and accept everything about yourself in order to then embody another persona or to even carry it in a way that's real. Because like, it's not about hiding. It's literally about becoming.
It's very true. I think vulnerability is your strength is like the key in acting. So when you're up on stage now, the truth is that most performers, like you see a Beyonce, you see you see a Michael, you see a Prince, you see so many incredible performers, you realize like a Chris Brown, their vulnerability is their strength. It plays a huge part in how you relate to everyone there because you believe what you're going through and you're showing it, you know? And I think that they coincide that way.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's very deep. Yeah. I think that changed me as a person because it allowed me to become aware of me. I think I was in denial of what my truth was for a long time. And I was just coming out of high school.
Right.
There's so many bad habits that come out of high school, right? So when you're now going to a program that's making you unlearn so much that you thought about yourself, it will change everything about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you were able to experience that.
Yeah.
I think early on in your career.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And
I genuinely feel like God has a plan for me.
Yeah.
He's very, very thorough in his plan for me.
Yes. Well, look, now he has you in here in the pink room and you're helping inspire me.
Oh,
no, literally. You really are.
Wow.
All right. So let's get to know you more about your taste in music and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know how sometimes like you'll be listening to a song or no, maybe you were cloud surfing, right? You're shifting or shuffling.
Yeah.
And then you hear one song and you're just like stuck on it. Like you can't stop listening to it. What are some recent songs that you've been stuck on?
Ooh, recent.
New or old? Like I don't care how you found them. Well, tell me how you found them and what songs they are.
Okay. So an old song, I don't know if I'd even call it a song, but it was by this group. I don't know if they're a group. I don't know if it's a person. I don't even know. It was just one of those SoundCloud songs by XXYYZ.
Oh yeah, what are they? I don't know what they are.
You don't know what they are, right?
I know what you mean.
Exactly, though. And they just make instrumentation. But they had this one song. I don't know if it was called Pyramid or if the cover art was called Pyramid. Like
there was a pyramid on the cover art. Yeah. I know what you mean.
So there was one beat that they had that I was every day, every single morning, I was listening to it every single day. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. It was like a transic song. Like I don't even know. That song is insane.
Was it called About You?
Yes,
that's it. I know what you mean.
Oh my God.
I started doing drugs to that song. I think that's when I first was like,
I'm curious.
Right. And then between that and The Weeknd, The House of Balloons.
And Party Next Door. Oh my God. Because even Party Next Door, like at that time was on.
And that was in college. Yeah. Shout out to college.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shout out to high school for me.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And to be honest, I was experimental.
Yeah.
I was a wild child. So yeah, so it makes sense. I was a party girl.
Yes, me too. Oh my God.
Right. It's
I
making
love her.
sense.
I love her, Richardine. I love her.
This is making sense now.
Yeah, it's making sense now. Okay, what's another one?
That's crazy that you know how many people don't know that song?
I know that song. Holy like know that song would be staring at they have a visual. Have you seen the visual?
No.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just on SoundCloud with it.
Just the visual. I mean, I don't remember it all the way. I just know it's like trancey for sure.
Yeah, it was very psychedelic. I'm sure.
Yeah,
because the beat was very psychedelic. Yeah.
Me too.
No, crazy. Oh my God. So yeah, that was an old song that for sure I can say always comes to my mind. And then more recently, I'm very much that person that is never really, I haven't been stuck on a song in a very long time. Ooh. But I think aside from my EP, this is probably the first time out of all my projects that I genuinely, truly like listen constantly to my own songs. I'll be very honest with you.
Really? Okay, I hear that some artists don't like doing that.
Yeah, and for a long time I didn't. But I guess because there's so much truth behind this last one for me, it plays a part into why like I'm so into it.
Okay, let's hold that because we're going to talk about that in the next section.
Yeah, but aside from that, Tenny's album that she just dropped.
Oh,
wow.
I am obsessed with her. I've been stuck on one of her songs before.
Wow.
Maslado. But Fields did a remix to it. It sounds like you know how like in the ocean like it's waves that look like this sometimes, the ripples. That's what the song sounds like. The Fields remix though.
Interesting.
But Maslado is a good one. But I started listening to that. She dropped it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like not too long
Is it Tears
ago?
of the Sun or something like that?
Yeah. And I started getting ready while I was listening to it. But I ended up leaving and couldn't really sit with it. I knew I shouldn't have started that without being in my proper elements.
Yes. No. I'm trying to even find the song. Sorry. That's why I'm looking at my phone.
Yes. No.
I want to find the song.
I put my phone on all the time.
I'm terrible with like words, like or like remembering songs. But yes. There was, I think it's Control.
Okay, I'm gonna go to that. I'm gonna listen to that on the train after this.
Yeah, I just love that album. There's so many songs I've saved from that album. I love that album. Like and the thing is, I don't think I've ever considered myself a Tenny fan per se. Like it's like when I heard the 1-2 songs that are bangers, it's like, yeah, but this album, I love it, man. And I think once again for her too, it shows a lot of her truth and her.
Yeah. I love all those answers. I have a recommendation for you based off of that.
Yeah.
You probably already heard the song. You may have, but this is just Drea to tell me. Bad Blood by Nao.
No. Is it new?
No.
Wait a minute. Then
you gotta go to Bad Blood by Nao. I hope I'm saying Nao song. You know, y'all know Nao? You know what song I'm talking about. She would love that song, wouldn't she? Yeah, Bad Blood.
Oh my God, maybe I heard it, but I didn't know.
That actual whole project.
Okay, Nao.
Nao.
So not Neo.
Nao.
And I think Nao. I know the name Nao. I know Nao. Okay.
Have you gone to listen to a Nao song?
I don't. The thing is, if I know, then I definitely have heard a song, but didn't realize, or I'm not taking it.
Bad Blood was another song that it sound like it gives an XXYZ was vibes.
That's why I'm like, I have a lot of those type of songs.
Trancey. I remember being like, what the heck? Like black. She's Nigerian, I think, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's something.
No, stop playing with me because I'm like, okay, see, I know I had one song. I have Antidote.
Okay, Antidote is a little new.
Yeah, that's very new.
That's new. You gotta go
how I
back.
Heard the name. Okay,
go back to Sister Girl. Go back to that. Go back to Drive and Disconnect. Every song on that project. Girlfriend, but start with Bad Blood.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
All right. Next question. All right. If you could be a fly on the wall or invisible in the recording session of any song ever, or maybe we can talk about multiple ones. You know, we got time.
Yeah, I think I'd say artist instead of a song.
Okay, let's do it that. But if you could be the fly on the wall in the recording session of this artist or everyone, what artist would it be and why?
Yeah, Burna Boy. Burna Boy would definitely be I'm like touching the mic. Burna Boy would definitely be at the top of that list because that man is an incredible talent.
Yeah.
He's an incredible talent. I think I would find, and I feel like he has a similar approach to how I do it, especially after I met Wande and noticed how like Wande Cole is very similar to me. I'm like, I feel like this is probably how Burna does it as well. So I would love to see his process because he's one of the greatest, in my opinion, really when it comes to like Afrobeat of today and just generally speaking and being able to, like on that Drake level of being a chameleon on any sound, he's very much creating that status for himself from Africa. So Burna Boy is top of the list for me, 100%. And Masego.
Oh my God.
And Erykah Badu.
I have a story about Masego. So my first time ever, I found him on SoundCloud.
Crazy.
All right. Tadao, Navajo. And then I went to a Gold Link. I don't know where Gold Link at anymore, but I went to a Gold Link show and Masego opened up for him. This was years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Years, like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
And this was my first time seeing a live performance where the artist made the music in front of you.
Yes.
Like I was confused as to what was on the stage, but then like when he performed, he's walking here, he's playing this, he's doing that, he got the sax, and then like I could have sworn he looked at me one time. No, he
kind of cute.
He did. I mean, like it wasn't my type for real.
Really?
But
I find him quite cute.
I'm like dark skin,
I'm sorry.
tall. Yeah, it's okay. No, he's not ugly. Shout out to Masego. You're fine too, cutie. But no, I was just like in awe of just like what I felt like I was feeling on the inside. The sound, he was pulling the sound from me almost, or maybe there just was a connection with the sound there. But again, like I told you, emotions and like sound, like sonically, that's how I can start to like release them. So maybe, the energy in the room got closer and more intimate when he started doing that and locking in with certain people around the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely, that's one I would think about too, being a fly on the wall.
100%.
He is so talented.
Insane, man.
Where that new project at, Masego? We need that. I don't know where you at. Come back. Lucky Day too is another one of mine.
Lucky Day is a beautiful singer. Yeah, that's very true.
He has something coming out soon too. They're already starting to roll it out. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your music now. Okay. Yeah. Tell us like what inspired the title of the latest project.
Prelude. A lot happened to me this year. I think that was just really the reality of it. And it almost felt like I had to reintroduce myself to myself. And so I was kind of battling like names for this project, and so many. I was like, do I do this? Do I do that? They sounded a lot like album names. I was like, I don't think that's what I want to give for this yet. So for this EP, I was just like, I'm just call it Prelude, because that literally just means introduction to an orchestra. So it was kind of like, this is sort of the reintroduction for me to my musical orchestra and like what that means for me. So when you hear this music, when you hear the lyrics, when you hear this project, it very much is a reflection of what is me, what has always been me, but what is to come as well within my music. So I think it was like, Prelude is quite vague. Most people are like, what the hell does that mean? But once you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I hear the word vulnerable, I think of the fact that like being vulnerable, there's a sense of like, I don't want to call it escapism, but there's a feeling you feel that like you've been always afraid of feeling that feeling in, you know, in the public or in someone else's eyes, or people seeing that feeling come out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What song on the project do you think puts you in that most vulnerable pit?
Belong.
Why?
Because it was the most honest I was being with myself. I think I'm literally talking about the fact that like for a long time I've been living a lie because I didn't want to know myself, because I felt like if I don't love me, then who will love me? Or how can I love me if no one loves me? That's literally what I'm saying.
That's deep. Hold on, back that up. How can I love me if no one loves me?
That's literally what I'm saying. Like the first like 4 bars is, I run from you because I don't really know you. I strayed away from you, living a lie. I want to meet you. Yeah, I really want to love you, but they don't love you. So how can I? That was literally what I was saying. And then it was just kind of like, for a long time in my life, I've had this feeling of feeling lonely, even when I wasn't alone. And I think like, I mean, this year I've reconnected with God, so I know I'm not alone.
Yeah.
But for a long time I did. I felt like even when I had a community of people, I'm always alone. I feel lonely. And so that was just the truth of where I was at. And then the end of the song also has my dad on it. And so, my dad is a pivotal part of why I'm sitting here across from you. And like, he was my manager. He's the reason why I was able to achieve as much as I've achieved in the last 4 years. And so him passing this year changed everything for me as well. And so to be like, the song is more so about the feeling of the low that you're in. And then his message at the end is about finding gratitude in everything that you have and surrounding yourself with that. And so it's kind of like that juxtaposition too, and just everything that he stood for and what he meant to me as well. So yeah, that song is very, very from the heart. Yeah, it started on my guitar. Like, it was really from the heart.
Beautifully articulated.
Yeah, thank you.
How many guitars do you have, by the way?
I used to have 2. I just sold one, so I only have one right now, but I want a better one. That's why.
Okay.
But yeah, I only have.
Got you.
Thing is, like, me and my love for guitar, we've come a long way. Once I got into the studio, I kind of left the guitar alone for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you put it down?
I think I was just falling in love with I think when I got into high school, like, I couldn't continue my lessons. Like, we just like couldn't afford it much anymore. And my mom thought that we'd be able to like get lessons at school, but that was far from the case in high school. And so, and I noticed that like, I don't learn very well virtually or like through just online. Like, I need like that
in-person
thing. And I was a kid, like, I can't afford it myself. So I kind of all I knew was the basics. And then once I got into studios and stuff, I kind of strayed away even more. And I just started falling in love with like instrumentation and beats and production.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I think I kind of found that love again, but I've learned now that I love guitar, but I don't know if it's the passion that I have, like how I have it for singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same, but it'll always be there.
Okay, well, which song on Prelude do you think is the most experimental one that you've done so far?
Rish Rish.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Rish Rish is fun. That song is so fun, but it's experimental because it's almost like a funky song. Like, it's almost like, Afro funk. Like, it's weird. Yeah. It's really different. But it was just fun. Like, it was just literally about wanting millions. Like, I want millions, billions, trillions. But like the reality of what that still means. Like, I want it because my rent is past due. I want to buy shoes. I don't want to eat Indomie all night. You know what I mean? Like, it was like the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? Very relatable, but it was fun. It was such a fun song.
I'm sorry, you caught me with that one.
No, it's true. It's because
like
it's true.
That.
It really be like that.
I want the millions. No, I need the millions.
I need the millions. I need the millions.
I need them.
Yeah. So rich, but production wise, because big shout out to Godflow. We really like. I mean, he's the brains behind how it sounds, but I was very much part of the co-production. Yeah. So a lot of these songs we just made together, and that one was probably just the funkiest we made. It was fun. It was super fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited to listen through the project when I can. Because getting to know you through, like, even just before we start talking about the project, I think you're, how can I say it? You're very blessed to have, again, experienced a lot of what you need to experience early on to get to the point where you can be this vulnerable in your music. Because another reason why I love what I do with this show so much is because I'm honestly looking at y'all like, oh my God, like, how do you do what you do? Because like, I've always wanted to be able to be an artist in my own right, but like not even publicly, just so that I could get my out of myself. You know what I'm saying? But like the vulnerability is hard. And my the episode that's dropping this week actually with Sunny Digital, he was just saying like, you know, we take things just out the air and just turn them into a sound or turn them into something that ends up being a hit. And I'm like, well, if I were to just sit here and take how I feel out the air, it's going to sound like I hate myself. Like, it's going to sound like, you know.
A lot of people do.
And that's what he was saying. And I was like, if I say I feel like a dumb today because that boy did this or whatever, then he'll be like, "That's just say it." And I'm like, that's scary. I just like I cave in thinking about it. Like that's scary. But if I let it all out, oh my God, I'm gonna feel like a little rag doll.
But let's be real though. Like some of the biggest songs, especially today, because I think authenticity is a trend in a sense. Like if you're putting it in that word, and when you look at that, it's like the songs that do the best is because they're the most relatable. It's the most honest. It's like, oh my gosh, you said, or they said something that I did not, like I would have said that. That's how I feel. Like, it's the most relatable music.
That's why I love SZA too. Everything. I be looking like, damn, this is in my head.
She really said she killed her ex. Wow.
And the way she says it, you know, there's like certain people that communicate stuff in a dainty way, but it's certain people that's like, I just killed my ex.
Yes.
That wasn't a good idea, baby girl. Literally. I had a dream last night that I killed somebody, not my ex, but like, this might be y'all don't incriminate me, but it was just one of them, like, I gotta unpack what that means. Anyways, you're bridging into like POV, which is like point of view on trends or whatever. And speaking on authenticity. What's a song you think that you or you know that is something you can relate to authentically? A recent one.
Funny enough, Santiago, like Russ's album, was like, I almost felt like it was a sign for me that I know I'm doing the right thing by releasing my project. That was like, that album is the most honest I've heard an artist in a long time, I think. Like thoroughly in terms of an independent artist and finding their way and the doubt and the confidence, but the lows, everything that comes with the industry and trying to find yourself in it. And like, and he's
I gotta have Russ on the show one day.
Yo, please do. I love Russ. I love Russ and I love what he's done to inspire independent artists.
Yes.
Specifically. So I love Russ. And there's one song that he has on his project called Adventure. That song made me cry because it was literally, oh my God, I feel like crying. That's crazy. Wow.
It's okay.
Because it's like literally saying, you're not lost, you're on an adventure. Like to me, that's deep when you're in this world. Like if you're really in this for real, you feel lost. You feel very lost, you know?
Man.
So like that album, damn. Santiago, that was a beautiful, beautiful album. Yeah, I got like,
we both got some music recs to go spend some time with after this.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming to the end. Tommy, do you have any questions for Drea?
Girl, I mean, you lit. I like how you kind of just told me about you as we kind of went on too. But I know you say that it's part of like the emotional connection is what kind of keeps you within, like intrigued in the world of music. But aside from the world of music, who is Drea?
That's a hard question. Outside from the world of music, who is Drea?
Yeah.
Outside of music, I am very driven to use my body like an instrument, like a tool. I'm very athletically inclined. I didn't really like work out much and stuff when I was younger, but I just started running track. Thank you. I'm blessed. And it's kind of I'm going to tell you why. It's a blessing and a curse. And I'm finding myself, I'm so glad you asked that question. I'm finding myself more now outside of music through consistent and disciplined working out and training, because I didn't really work out. I cheered, I ran track, I played volleyball, played soccer, whatever. Yeah. None of that consistently, but cheerleading, which is the least most like, never mind. We're athletes. But I kind of like look like this all the time. Yeah. And then when it got to a point where I was like, let me start actually really working out. I would do like a couple sit-ups and just not do it. Because like I got abs already. Like why would I need to burn? That hurts. Then it got to a point where when I was away, actually like on a retreat for like 6 weeks, not too long ago in September, you had to work out on your own and there were no classes. There's not Pilates. There's not it's not ClassPass. And so I had to sit there and build a workout for myself and actually work out by myself and feel everything by myself. And being in that moment by myself and actually the mind to muscle connection that I never actually got a chance to like black out in. Right. I found a new part of myself outside of music to the point where I could work out without listening to music now. Wow. That's deep for me. Yeah. So who I am outside of music, I'm an athlete, I'm a warrior, and I really love just pretending that I am like on a chase or like, you know, that's amazing. On the hunt or something when I'm working out. I'm very competitive. That's beautiful. I'm fine. Maybe that's why I killed somebody in my dream last night. Period. I don't know.
No, I love that. I love hearing that. I love the fact that it's really rooted in like discipline and consistency, because that's like genuinely what I think I'm practicing the most now. Yep. Is discipline and consistency, because it's the key to anything you will achieve. You know, so yeah, it's beautiful to hear that. Like,
and I didn't have any of that for a long time.
Trust me.
I'm just like, when I'm telling you, y'all, I'm literally just doing what I said I was going to do every day, making my bed every day, working out. Right. Like, I'm just really doing that, now, like, as of like a couple months ago.
Crazy. Girl, why are we on the same journey? That's
Come
scary.
on now.
Because literally, like, it's a thing. You wake up and just declare that consistency and discipline. Yeah. First thing, I make my bed, then I brush my teeth. Like, I have a whole routine that I try my best to stick to, like, in my own space.
And I've been I want to say happy, but I hate the word happy sometimes because, like, we can't always be happy. But I think I've been the least lonely I've ever been. Amen. There we go. Amen. I'm not lonely anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
Even though, you know, I don't got a man and all that stuff. Yeah. You know, I know. You said, but you got a man?
Yes, I do.
The way she said, like, damn. Shit.
No, because the thing is, I know why you're saying that, because it plays a part in terms of the things that you want. Yeah. Yeah, so I know. So I didn't mean it in a shady word.
I know.
I didn't mean it, but I know.
Said, you don't?
You don't, because I do. No.
She's my man.
Period.
It's okay.
Because I'm up on him. I won't lie. I genuinely, because it's the healthiest relationship. Because that is a man of pure discipline.
Ooh, and I'm very attracted to disciplined men.
Ooh, it's necessary.
I went on a first date with a man like last Friday. The first time. I could tell he's disciplined. He wake up every morning at 5 a.m.
There's a routine.
I'm like, golly. And I wake up every morning at 6:30, but like now for the last 2 weeks. Right. But I'm like, damn, I want that kind of man. Yeah. But like we don't communicate as much as, like, you know, the men that didn't have the discipline. I'm like, well,
yes, necessary.
You know, how you doing? He's like, look, we gonna make plans and I'll see you. But like, he's not a text all day person or whatever.
Because they're fixated on what they need to do. And I think that it's like, okay, but when do you have that time for me? But the reality is, what I notice is when you're looking at a man that is going to be of a long-term partner for you, I think that routine is so crucial to when you guys do get to a very close connection. Yeah. There's no point of falling off, because it happens. And I think even me and my partner, like, we went through that, where it was sort of like, I almost felt like I might have actually deterred from his routine, but then that makes a man lost. A man is...
I want him on that routine.
It's necessary for them. It's genuinely necessary for any man to stay on that routine so that they know that they're achieving what they need to achieve. The moment they fall off, it's so mental for them. It's so mental. Yep. We can be like, no, a day's fine. I'm back. They're like, hell no, I'm lost. Like, they're lost after that routine.
They really are.
They're confused.
He eats the same thing for breakfast, the same thing every
that's a
day.
lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
I know. Like, oof, I forgot what he said it was, but like... I kind of like that.
Right.
Like I have a little bit of a militant, like again, the way I like to work out and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just saying that's just how routine is.
Yes.
But okay, girl. Well, I'm gonna get my man soon. Hopefully this man might turn out to be my man. Well, hold on. I don't know him like that yet.
But you're attracting what you want.
I'm attracting what I want, and I'm in a good vibration right now. So if you're around me, it's good vibes.
That's what it is.
All right, Tommy. It has been a pleasure to have you in the Pink Room. Thank you so much, y'all. All right. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check Tommy's music out. Prelude out now on all platforms.
Everywhere.
Peace.
Love.